Hello YouTube family, so today we're going to be making this gorgeous dress. The moment I saw the dress, it was screaming my name and I knew that I had to make one for myself. So now I'm sharing the process of making it with you guys. Today we are drafting the pattern for making the dress, and in one of our next videos we are going to be sewing it together. So stay tuned and let's get started now, shall we? By the way, my name is Q and welcome to the channel. To make the gorgeous dress, we are going to make use of our basic bodice pattern and also our basic sleeve pattern. We are going to start with our front basic bodice. We are going to measure the total length of our dress from the waist up to the ankles. In our case, it is 40 inches. So from the waist, we measure down 40 inches. So this is the total length of our dress. Next, from the center front, we are going to measure the length of our hip. So we are going to measure this length. It is 12 inches, so we are going to measure the same 12 inches at the bottom, and thereafter we are going to finish off the rectangle. This is the total length of our dress on the front. We are going to do the same thing for the back pattern. We are going to draw the total length of our dress. So this is the front and the back pattern of the dress. We have the total length of our dress going down. Next, we are going to mark the curve of our dress on the side. So from the waistline, we are going to measure down 2.5 inches on the side. And then next, from the waist dart going down, we are going to draw the princess seam up to the end of the dress. So this is our princess seam, as you can see. Next, we are going to draw the curve on the side of the dress. So this is the curve on the side of our dress. We are going to do the same thing for our back pattern. We are going to mark the side curve just like we have done on the front. We start by measuring 2.5 inches from the waist going down. Next, we draw the princess seam from the waist dart up to the end of the dress. And thereafter, we are going to draw the side curve. That is the side curve for our back. Next, we are going to work on the front of our pattern. We are going to find the bust point for our pattern. We are going to draw a straight line from the side dart towards the center front. And we are also going to draw a straight line from the waist dart going up. We want the two lines to cross, and where the lines meet, that will be the bust point. This is the point where the two lines meet, and this is our bust point. Next, we are just going to draw a straight line at the center of the waist dart, like so. Next, we are going to mark down the length of the bust to the under bust. In our case, we are going to make it 3.25 inches. And then from the bust point, we are going to measure down the length to the under bust. In our case, it is 3.5 inches. Next, we are going to square a line on both sides of the under bust point. And then on the under bust, we are going to tighten our top by 0.5 of an inch this side and also on the other side. So we measure 0.5 of an inch this side. And we also measure 0.5 of an inch this other side. And then from this point, we are going to square a line up to the waistline. We do the same on this other side. And then we are going to extend the lines up to the end of the waist dart. So these are the new lines for our patterns. As you can see, we are using blue to mark the final lines for our patterns. And then from the bust point, we are going to draw a curve this side and also another curve on this side. We have drawn the curves, as you can see. Next, we are going to construct the neckline for our bodice. So we find half of our shoulder line, and then from there we draw a straight line up to the bust point. So that's the line that we draw. Then next we're going to decide how deep we want our neckline to be from the shoulder. In my case, I'm going to measure down 5.75 inches from the shoulder going down. And then from here, we're going to tighten our neckline. So I'm going to measure 0.5 of an inch this side and also this side. Okay, so this is 0.5 inches this side and also 0.5 this side. And then now we are going to draw the curve from this point up to the bust point. And then we do the same this side. Next, we're going to draw a straight line from this point up to the center front. Next, we're going to finish off our side front pattern. We draw a slight curve from this point up to the armhole. Again, on the side, we are going to tighten the armhole by measuring 0.5 inches from this point towards the center. And thereafter, we are going to redraw the armhole from this new point. Next, we are going to close the side dart. This is how the pattern is after closing the dart. Next, we are going to delete these lines. So this is how the side pattern looks after deleting all the lines. Next, we have outlined our pattern using the blue marker. So this is the pattern that we are going to cut out. Maybe we can do a cleanup. This is how our pattern looks right now. Then we can mark some notches on the bust point and also on the under bust. The next thing that we have to worry about is that the length from this point up to the bust point and the length from this point up to the bust point is usually not exactly the same. We are going to take one pattern and work it around the other pattern to make sure that the length from the bust point up to the end is exactly the same. So we are going to take the side front and work it around the center front. You can see that the side front is a bit shorter than the center front, so we are going to mark it and then cut it off so we don't have an excess fabric there. Next, we are going to cut off this part and then delete it. And then next we can take back the pattern where it was. Next, we are then going to separate the pattern. So this is how the patterns are going to look. So we have labeled the pattern pieces. This is the center front bodice. We cut 2, both the fabric and also the lining. This is the side front bodice. We cut 2 for both the fabric and the lining. And then this is the side front of our skirt top. Then this is the bottom of our skirt. We're not going to label it because we are still going to cut it into smaller pieces and then spread the pieces to create the gathers. Okay. So before doing that, we are going to work on the back of our pattern. This is the back of our pattern. Next, on our back pattern, we are going to find half of the armhole right here, and we're going to draw a line straight to the center back like that. And then from there, we are going to extend another line from the waist dart going up to that line. Next, we are going to tighten the back by measuring 0.25 of an inch this side and also this side of the line. This line is 0.25 and also this one is 0.25. Next, we are going to mark a straight line from this point up to the waist dot like so. We do the same this other side. And then we're going to decide on how deep our neckline is going to be at the back. We are going to mark 1.5 inches from the center back going up like so. And thereafter, from the armhole at the back, just slightly below the line that we have drawn earlier on, we are going to make a mark there, and then we are going to draw a straight line up to the point that we have just marked, and then we make it into a smooth curve like so. This is going to be the end of our neckline at the back. Next, we are then going to cut and separate the back pieces just like the front. So we have marked the pattern pieces with the blue marker. As you can see, this is our bodice right here. And then this is our skirt. We are then going to cut out the patterns. These are our patterns. After cutting them out, we have the center back bodice here. We cut 2 pieces for the fabric and also 2 pieces for the lining. And then we have the side back bodice. We cut 2 pieces for the fabric and 2 pieces for the lining. And we now have the side back for our skirt. We cut 2 pieces. We have the center back of our skirt. We cut 2 pieces. And then we have the side back of the bottom of our skirt. This part is the one that we are going to cut and then spread around to create the gathers. These are the pattern pieces for our dress. We are going to make use of these pieces right here to create the side gathers for our dress. Okay, so now we are going to put these pieces aside. Coming back to these pieces, we are going to write that this is the front. This is the back skirt side. Okay, we have the front on the right and the back on the left. We're simply going to bring these pieces together like so. Now we are going to start with the top of our skirts. We are going to join a curve from this point up to this point. We are now going to make use of this curve at the top, and then we are going to delete everything inside. So we are going to delete this portion and also delete this one. So our top is going to look like that. We are then going to extend this line up to the top. Next, we are going to divide the left piece into 4 pieces and also the right piece into 4 pieces. And then from there, we are going to draw straight lines up to the top. And we are going to do the same thing on this other side. And then we're also going to draw straight lines from the bottom up to the top. This is how the pattern piece is going to look after dividing it into smaller pieces. Next, we are going to cut through along these lines. We are going to leave a smaller piece attached at the top, and then we are going to spread the pieces at the bottom to create more volume. You remember this line here is our center. We have 4 divisions on the left and we have 4 divisions on the right. It's important that we note the center line. Starting from the center, we are going to start spreading the pieces on our right. You can spread the pieces as wide as you want, but remember, the wider the pieces, the more fabric we are going to require. As you can see, we have spread the pieces on our right. This is our center line right here. Next, we are going to start spreading the pieces on our left. Next, we come to the top of our pattern. We are going to cut off the pattern and separate them at the top. And then we are going to spread them further apart so that we create the gathers at the top. Okay. Again, we are going to start with the pieces on our right. This line right here is 5 inches, so I'm spreading the pieces by 5 inches in between. Again, this measurement is up to you. You can make it more than 5, you can make it less than 5. The bigger the space in between, the more fabric we are going to need. So this is how our right looks. Next, we are going to work on the pieces on the left. I think I'm going to spread this even further apart. Let's just say 2.5. So this is how our side pattern looks. Okay. Next, we are going to redraw the curve at the top. So this is our slight curve at the top. We also draw another slight curve at the bottom. This is how the bottom looks. Next, we are going to finish off the rest of our pattern. We are going to make a notch at the center line right here. So that is the notch. So next, we are going to copy the pattern onto a fresh piece of pattern paper. This is our pattern for the side gathers. We have marked the center, that is where the center line was located. And this side we have the front and that side we have the back. We can add a seam allowance around. This is our final side gathers pattern. We are going to cut 2 pieces. This is the front and that is the back. Next, we are going to work on the sleeve of our pattern. So this is our basic sleeve. Our sleeve is going to be up to the elbow. So we are going to copy the sleeve up to the elbow. So this is our basic sleeve, as you can see, up to the elbow. Next, we are going to extend the elbow line like that to the sides and also on this side. And then from the notches here, we are going to draw a straight line going down and also do the same on the front notch like that. And then we are going to divide this length right here by 2 and also this one by 2. So we find half of this distance. So we have divided these spaces by 2. Next, we are going to draw a straight line up to the end of the sleeve. We do the same this side. This is how the sleeve looks after it has been subdivided. Next, we are going to spread the pieces apart in order to create more volume. So we have measured a line which is 4 inches and then we are going to spread the first piece like that. We do the same thing to the second piece. We measure 4 inches and then we spread. Before separating and spreading the 2 center pieces, we had to draw a line at the center. Okay. Thereafter, we are going to spread by 2 inches this side. And then next, we are going to spread this piece by the 2 inches like that. So this is how the sleeve is after spreading it. Next, we are going to mark 2.5 inches from this point going up. From this point, then we are going to redraw the sleeve head up to this point. We do the same this side. We redraw the sleeve head. That is our new sleeve head. Next, we are also going to redraw the bicep line. And then we can trace off and redraw the rest of the sleeve. This is how our sleeve looks. Next, we are going to copy it onto a fresh piece of pattern paper. So these are the patterns for our dress. They are now complete. We have the two back pieces. This is the center back, the side back. And then we have the skirt pieces. This is the center back. And then this is the side of our skirt. And then to the front, we have the center front. We have the side front. We have the side of our skirt. We have the center of our skirt, and then this is the part which is going to be the gathers for the side. So we are going to gather this fabric and then we're going to sew it in this open part right here. Okay, and then this is our sleeve. It's going to be gathered again to add volume. So the sleeve is going to create that cute sleeve in our dress. Our dress is now complete. Thank you guys for watching up to this point. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a big thumbs up and also leave us a comment down below. If you are not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure that you subscribe, and we are going to see you in our next one. Remember, God is our strength. Bye.